Alright, back at the bus. I just got here, just opened it up. It's about 1:30, 1-ish on Saturday. I believe it's March 23rd. Basically just need to undo the 3 nuts that hold the retaining towers on the back of the bus, and it's ready to be pulled. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, give you a tour here quick before I pull the engine. So we're doing alright. Okay, so these are the nuts I was having a tough time with. I finally got them. There's a happy medium between how much weight you need to have on the jacks that are below, because you don't want it pushing the bus too much up, because then it jams the nuts up further. They hang down, so typically gravity pulls it down, but there's a happy medium between how much weight you want to put on them. You've got your retaining nut here, and then the main one, and as you can see, it's off. So that one's off, that one as well, and that one. So they were a pain in the butt. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so they were a pain, but I got them. So I removed the one that I had set there. So we've got our 2 jacks over there, and I've got one there, and one down on the driver's side. So we'll start to jack up the front sockets, and then, sorry about the quick camera, we'll jack up the sockets, and we'll use the ratchet straps coming as a come along, and that will pull everything towards the fence line here. Hopefully those fence posts are strong enough just for the little bit of pulling I'll be doing. If not, what I'll do is I'll take my truck and I will pull it kind of over by that farm that's over there, pull it through the cornfield here, back it up, and then just pass the ratchet straps through the fence to my truck and pull it out with my truck. So hopefully I don't have to do that, but we're going with it. Yesterday I did get a leak on the radiator. As you can see, it is still leaking. So I gotta pull the radiator and have that brought into the shop for some repair. I may try doing it myself as far as a repair, but never done it before, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. It's kind of plugged at the moment, but it still needs to be repaired. One quick note, just to kind of clarify. So in my previous video I had said the needle valves, turn them clockwise. So there's one right here. Turn them clockwise to close them, and then there's another one here, kind of in the old air conditioning compartment, and yes, that was correct. Clockwise will close those completely, and then as you can see again, I plugged those. The other thing I didn't clarify was the trailer that I had. It was 14 feet long, and I said I took 3 feet off of it, so it is now 11 foot as far as the deck. The tongue not included on that measurement, but it is 11 foot long. It's probably a little long than what I actually need it for, but like I said earlier, once done with this, I'll just board over the trailer and use it as a trailer, and then it bonuses as a dolly when I need it next, which hopefully I shouldn't, but if I do a automatic transmission conversion, I will. So put the camera back and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I'm catching on, and I don't know if I said this in the video yesterday, or I know I didn't show it, there's a dust cap that goes around the drive shaft. In the manual they call it the propeller shaft. But I did unscrew that, so the drive shaft should just unspline itself. I did mark it, so I know how it goes back in. There were 12 bolts that went around the one side that connects to the transmission. Really hard to undo. I was just going to do those once I got it pulled out. So that's why it's giving me some hard times as it's pulling out, because it's got to separate the splines. So I'm just going to keep going slow, and hopefully we'll be okay as I go ahead and do that. Alright, so my issue is not the drive shaft. That's coming apart beautifully. I got some pictures of that I'll throw in the video and show you. What my issue is, there is an upper radius rod on the passenger side, and the bolt that comes through the nut that sits on there is actually being caught on the transmission. So what I've got to do is pull the dolly towards the driver's side a little bit more. I'm going to see how much clearance I need. I'm going to go on the bus, look at my access panel, and try to figure out how to get that clearance. I may have to figure out a way to push this back in and then pull it that way, or I just need to crank on the ratchet strap on this side a little bit. So I'll keep you posted. Alright, what I forgot to do is completely disassemble the rod for the clutch linkage. So I got the nut on the bottom, the adjustment nut that still is on the rod, and it's keeping it from, let me pull the whole transmission through. So I got past the bolt that's on the radius rod on the passenger side. That's passed. I just gotta get this, and then fingers crossed, I should be clear sailing, pulling it the rest of the way out. So I'll keep you posted. Alright, so let me give you an update. Engine's pulled, but I can definitely tell my middle casters, it's a good amount of weight on there. I'll bring the camera over there and show you. What I'm doing here as well is putting some wood on the frame, on the trailer rails. Here you can actually see that one over there is bent a little bit. And you can kind of see it there. It kind of got bent up just a little bit. I knew the casters were going to look at the way they do, kind of bent in a little bit, just their nature. They're trailer casters, they're not official. They don't have a nice bearing on the top. I mean, that could be too, just from jacking up the entire weight of the bus as well earlier. Yeah, do that. We are clear. So we'll check this out. There's my drive shaft, there's the splines, I've roped that up. You've got your linkage there. Everything's disconnected, it's pretty cool. Give you an idea how far out I am here. Here's the back of the bus, there's the engine. So I'm gonna put the wood on there, lower the jacks a little bit, so the engine's sitting fully on the dolly. Ideally I'd like to remove the jacks completely. We'll see if I can. But the wood will be a nice thing to pull it, so that way it's not rocking back and forth on the bottle jacks with a possibility of falling off. So I'll keep going. And that would be one of the caster wheels that just snapped. That sucks. So here's part of the wheel that just snapped. Wow.